XRP, CME XRP will soon be used for CME Group futures. That's right, we've reached the top, ladies and gents, and now Brad Garlinghouse is talking about it. This is a top derivatives trading firm. Look at this. Wow, this is way past due in a lot of ways. The XRP market will continue to grow thanks to this very important and exciting step. Let's go. It also says that starting May 19th, CME Group will let you trade regulated capital-efficient futures on XRP. These futures will come in both big and small contracts. You can also make changes to the size of your area with more accuracy and freedom. What does it all mean? I want to know more about what CME Group does. I know that some of you may already know who CME is, but let's catch up, okay? To sum up, CME Group, Inc. is the biggest and most varied futures market in the world. That's what I should have said first, right? It is based in Chicago, Illinois, and runs a number of important financial derivatives markets, such as the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, the Chicago Board of Trade, the New York Mercantile Exchange, and a commodity exchange. CME Group makes it easy to trade futures, options, and other derivative contracts for a lot of different types of assets through these sites. Things like interest rates, stock market indexes, foreign exchange, energy, agricultural goods, metals, weather, real estate, and cryptocurrency. Great news! CME Globex, electronic trading tool, lets clients from 150 countries access its markets 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. This gives the company global reach and liquidity. The business also runs CME Clearing, a central counterparty clearinghouse that makes sure all trades go through and lowers market players' counterparty credit risk by a large amount. It says that CME Group works with professional traders, banks, asset managers, hedge funds, and other financial companies that use derivatives for risk management, investment, and speculation. It also works with institutional individual investors, both large and small. The world's biggest and best derivatives company is CME Group. People, don't fall asleep on XRP. It's been about 4 years since I last told you that's not true. At a glance, this looks like where everything is for 150 countries. It has a lot of useful information. Okay, on top of that, you have this, a piece of writing that was sent out. The world's biggest futures market, CME Group, announced today that XRP futures will go live on May 19th. We'll see what the demand is like, you know. We really need these choices for businesses and people with a lot of money and power. We need something of value. To get money, we need to spend it, okay? Whenever more comes in, the price goes up. That's what we want. I believe this is only one piece. May I ask you a question? Also, please think about this, okay? If XRP and Ripple can make it to the CME Group, right? Which one is it, right? Let's go back up now. The biggest and most varied derivatives market in the world. They can work together with anyone if they can work with them, right? Yes? Okay, so this is how it looks. There are 50,000 XRP futures and 500 mini futures. It's still about $5.00 for their mini futures, which is a lot of money for most people. Okay. You can see though that this is aimed at 50,000 XRP, which is around 100 USD right now. That's why Smoke Dog put this out there. It says that the SEC accepted applications for XRP and other tokens to be used as spot ETFs around the end of February. Also, keep an eye on May 22nd, newly approved 2x XRP ETF from Terracom, because the SEC needs to answer Grayscale's XRP spot application by then. We might want to rush, right? Everything was okay with the CME groups and the ETFs at the same time. Don't worry about it, right? Okay, let's go. Banks aren't saying much about Ripple, but it keeps growing. Ripple keeps getting bigger. Larsson is saying that the silence isn't a sign of weakness, but of strategy, because this really changes the game. I've been at Ripple for 8 years, and it's been quite a journey. It started when I had to convince banks to join a network to send money across borders. Now we can offer banks and other financial institutions full digital asset infrastructure, including payments, custody, stablecoins, and the tokenization use cases we'll talk about today. It's been interesting from a Ripple point of view. I'm in charge of Europe, and I think what we've seen over the last year, 18 months or so, is that Micra has really given banks and other financial institutions the confidence they need to move into the blockchain and digital asset space. And because of that, we've seen some really cool new ways to use it. So we joined forces with Genforge, one of France's top banks. Okay, finally, I want to quickly say that Ripple has been working with banks. They're working with banks not only on security and cross-border payments, but also to help them get ready for these assets to be tokenized, right? Besides keeping them safe, you should also make stable coins at the same time, since stable coins can instantly change value on any chain they're on. I think some of these banks will want to work with Ripple because of this, or they will want to work with Fireblocks or Circle infrastructure. It's their goal to make their own bank stablecoin that can be used in their own community and also on, say, the XRP ledger. And I think it will be on Ethereum and XRP, right? I think they want to get both of those. I think there will be a lot of development work on the XRP ledger since it works with EVM and can bring over smart contracts. As more and more good news comes in, it's clear that this summer will be fun for everyone. I'm really excited about this, and I feel like now is the right time. Don't look up, do more study, just keep following along with what's going on because things are about to get interesting very quickly. This is where the magic takes place. Pay attention. Okay, Deutsche Bank has switched to ISO. These bigger banks will switch to ISO before everyone else. That's fine, they have the cash. They have enough people to do this. Less big banks, they might not see this as important. Smaller banks might have a few hundred employees. Some of these banks have tens of thousands or even thousands of employees around the world. This was then posted by a digital asset owner named Michael Arrington. It says, Cost Annihilation, a company that does business across borders, showed in its ledger that it charged $5,000 to send 100,000 bot payment to a Thai source through Swift. Please excuse me, there is a $4,950 fee, $50 off and used SIPs for 72 hours. 2. It will cost 12 cents for network fees which are paid right away. If you switched from toll roads to data plans, it would cost $30 trillion, 0 cents, a year to settle all of the world's trade disputes. You shouldn't be waking me up. I was joking. Now things are getting interesting. Michael Arrington is the man who sat down next to Brad Garlinghouse and asked, "Oh, I transfer." Who's that next to Brad? The person who said, "I sent $50 million, 0 cents for 30 cents, said the same thing. I'm not sure if I can find it. Closer, I'll find it. We move more than $4, 0 cents or $5 million, 0 cents in Ripple and XRP in less than 2 seconds. And it only costs 30 cents. I jumped in the car while my favorite song was playing. I'm feeling good and vibing, and then I'm finding things like that. Anyway, guys, there are a lot of really cool things going on. I hope you're paying attention. Hope you're having fun with this. There are a lot of exciting things going on right now. It doesn't matter how much money you have to invest. You can still do amazing things in this market. In one day, I've seen market caps go from a few thousand to tens of millions to hundreds of millions to 100 million.